Hi creative friends, it's Elizabeth Sampson, the Doodle Nurse, and welcome back this week for a watercolor baby animal drawing. I'd like you to join me today in creating a cute baby frog. If you'd like to join me today in creating this cute frog drawing, then grab your pencil, your water-resistant fine line marker, your watercolor pencils, your watercolor paper, a brush, and some water, and don't forget your eraser. If you don't have watercolors, then by all means use whatever you have, crayons, colored pencils, markers, or whatever you have to color with, and join me today in creating this watercolor baby animal frog. We are continuing our baby animal series in watercolor with this cute baby animal frog illustration, and we are going to start with an oval for the head. So grab your pencils and your paper and pencil in lightly an oval shape for the head. After we get the oval shape for the head down, we're going to start with the body just like we did with the other ones, and we're going to make an long oval for the body for our baby animal frog. Just as you see here, I have from the head down just a huge U shape underneath the oval that we had for the head. And now in the middle of the head, I'm going to draw this line to split the head in half. And I'm going to make a circle on each side of the line, leaving a little space. And this is where we're going to put our little frog's eyes. After I put the circles in for the eyes, we're going to jump down to do the front legs and the feet. So I'm going to start on the left-hand side of the paper, and I'm going to start right at the base of the head, and I'm going to come down that side of the body, just as I'm doing here, and I'm going to make a little curve at the end, and the same for the opposite side. And I'm going to make 3 lines coming out, and that's for the front paws, and 1 curved back, if you can see that. That's for the toe. So these are the 3 toes, and then the thumb, if you want to call it, I guess, is the curve back. And on the end of each of these, we will put a circle. So these are the inside part of the legs. They're just going to come down, and they're going to go to where the toes are, and we're going to put a circle at the end of each of these toes, all the way across, as you can see what I'm doing here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch how I do this. I come out of the wrist, and I go to the circle area, come back, go down to the next toe, come back, and we're going to make a V shape in the middle. If you can see what I'm doing here. And we're going to do that across through all the toes, just a V shape. And then we're going to come back to the wrist. And we'll do the same on the opposite side for that foot. You can see how I come down for the toes, make a V in the middle, down to the circle, make another V for the middle. And you can see he's got long toes. Now we'll make the back legs. I'm going to go just about up to where the eye is, and I'm going to make a big large oval and curve it at the end where the foot starts and the ankle. Okay? I'm going to do the same for the other side, just like I'm doing here. And it's going to come down and it's going to curve towards the ankle. And then we're going to do the same thing with toes, and we're going to go out with 3 lines, and we're going to make the lines with the circles on the end for the toes. And we're going to repeat just what we did for the front feet. We're going to do that for the back feet. Make sure you curve down towards the ankle. Make that little curve area that I'm showing you here. And some of those toes are going to be hidden behind the front feet, and some are going to, it's like he's stepping on them with his front feet, okay? And you'll see I put 1 in between. It's like he's stepping on it. And then the same for this side, okay? And we'll erase all these pencil lines later after we fill this in with our fine line marker. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the lines. I'm going to outline my pencil lines in the head. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to make a U-shape, little U-shape in the middle of the head and go around the eye. Go outside the cheek area. Same thing for the other side. We're going to go around the eye and we're going to go outside for the cheek area. And when I come down here, I'm going to make a little curve, okay? And then I'm just going to erase all those little pencil lines so they're not in my way, as you can see here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the eyelid. So here we go with that same curved feature I've done for the eyes in the past, and we put some lashes on the end, okay? And you can pretty much follow the line that went to the top of the head there. And we're going to make another circle inside this circle for the eyeball, okay? And then you can see what we'll do is we'll put our little highlights in the eye. So I have 3 little highlights in each eye. I put 2 next to each other and I put 1 on the opposite end. And we will fill those eyes in with black and little nostrils. Okay, and I don't want to forget his lower lip, so I drew that in here. And then I'm going to make the line where you can see his cheek, okay, where his smile is. So he's smiling at you. And don't forget to put the crease in for the leg. So just make a Y shape, and then you're going to come down to where the ankle is. And remember, the thigh is larger than the calf area, so you're going to want the thigh to be larger. Okay, we're going to start off with our fine line marker, and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean by where I put all the lines. Okay, and we'll erase our pencil lines after. So you can see how I outline the head here, and I put the lower lip in, and I'm just taking my time. I'm going to speed this up after I get through with the fine line marker, so you will be able to go faster through the watercolors, but I just want you to see how I'm outlining the frog. So you're going to be able to see how I go in here for the eyelashes and the eyeballs. And I'm just going to make the lash, the bottom, or wait, what am I going to do? The top lash line, okay? Getting confused here. And put the 3 lines, 4 lines, whatever you want for the eyelashes, okay? And the same for the other side. And this gives it its little cartoon character look, as we have here. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to make the bottom circle for the eye itself for each of them, you'll see. And then I'm going to make an inner circle for the eyeball, leaving a little space for the whites of the eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put the top eyelid. As you see, I'm not going to connect it. I'm just going to draw a line where the eyelid would go. I'm going to put the corners of the mouth in here and draw the mouth line down where it connects all the way through to the other side. So he has a cute smile. And then the nostrils go in. Now we're going to start with our front legs and our feet. So you'll be able to see what I was talking about with the curve towards the wrist section. So you're just making these lines come down, but you're curving them towards the wrist section. Okay, and then we're going to come out where the toes are. Now I'm not going to put the lines in, the pencil lines that I had in the drawing, okay, that were in the middle. But as you see, I'm making the circles at the end of those lines that we drew part of the feet. And then I'm going to curve up for the back toe area. Now you can see I did not follow my lines exactly, but that's okay. I figured out where things were going to go, and then I just went forward where I was going to put them with the ink. Okay. Know that this can happen to you too when you are drawing. It doesn't really matter if you follow your pencil lines as long as you get an idea of where things are going to be. Okay, you can see how I curve towards the wrist area. Then we're going to make a circle for the underbelly. And then we're going to continue on with the back legs. And same thing, I'm going to follow the lines. Of course, I make them a little shorter. I curve a little bit more towards the ankle. And I could see all that in my pencil drawing, so I'm just recreating it. Now, with this toe, I'm making V's. I did not do a great job with this foot, but that's okay. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just the way it turned out, and I didn't think enough to redo it, so I was happy with the way it came out. So here we go with the other leg, curve down towards the ankle, and then you're going to continue on with the toes. It's kind of like a tree frog, okay? It's got the little suction cups at the end of the toes, okay? And you can see how I came up close to the front there. So now I'm going to make my circles in the highlight areas in the eyes, and I'm putting 2 in the center. It's like he's cross-eyed, and 1 on each end of the eye. You can put your highlights wherever you want them, okay? Now I'm going to erase my pencil lines, and of course I forgot to do the inside of the legs that I had already penciled in, but that's okay. I got an idea of where they're going to go, and when I bring my fine line marker back out again, I will put those in. But it's important if you're going to do watercolors to erase the pencil lines, especially if they're not light enough, because you will smudge them with the watercolors. So just get it as clean as you can. We are using watercolor pencils, so it's not like using watercolor paints. And here's my fine line marker. I start towards the base where the ankle is, and I go up to the center of the leg and give a Y shape. This way the front of the leg is a lot thinner than the back thigh area. And I'm going to create a lily pad for the bottom of our frog to sit on. Okay, I'm going to speed things up as I put the ink in the eyes. You can stop the video at any time you want, because now we are going to do the watercolor pencils. So I'm using 3 different color greens for my frog. I start off with the lightest color and a yellow color as well is what I'm going to use. And then of course I just color pencil them in with the watercolor pencils and then put the water to smooth out the pencil. So if you want me to do a strict watercolor pencil tutorial, then by all means let me know that in the comment section below. Other than that, I'm just going to fast forward through this because you've seen it in the other tutorials I have done, and you can see I've used different colors to get the variations of depth that I want into this drawing. So if you like this, by all means, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Please do this tutorial along with me. Let me know how you find it. If you find it easy to follow, throw that in the comment section below. If drawing is something that you like to do, if you like to learn how to doodle, then definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And so I'm just going to show you here quick. I slowed down just a little bit so you could see what it looks like. And I'm going to continue, of course, with my signature doodle around this leaf to make it pop a little bit, just with the fine line marker. And I realized the frog is not enough for this picture, so I'm going to put a lily behind him. And of course, I'm just using a couple different colors of purple pencils and using them in variation to get the depth for this pond lily behind him. As you could see, I have a few different techniques I'm using with watercolor pencils, and then I shade around it. If you like this series, then by all means, click the subscribe button below and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss an upload.